Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Inter Globe for the pre-match of Inter-Milan tomorrow here in San Siro. What an opportunity! An opportunity, yes. Why? Because Milan is in an appalling condition, mentally and physically. They have many injuries, they come from many defeats, so there's no better time to be really merciless. The question is, will we be merciless like we've been recently in the Supercoppa, or merciful like we unfortunately have been in the first derby of Serie A this season, in which we lost with an awful game? And I want to remember last year, because last year, 5th of February, Milan was coming from a defeat with Spezia and from a tie with Juventus. We were +4 with one game to play more than Milan, the infamous one in Bologna, and we were winning 1-0 with Milan. We were at 10 points ahead before Giroud and what happened with the fray. So we should use that anger that we have from last year, and if I can suggest, I would mix this anger with the remains of the anger for the way that Milan players celebrated last year. Because you know that last year, after the celebrations, basically you can put the Coppa Italia inside your ass, was the main message of the elegant and sophisticated and polite and educated Milan players. And this behavior brought to fines from FIGC to Krunic, 5,000 euros, Teo Hernandez, Magnan and Tonali, 4,000 euros each, and 12,000 euros to Milan, who, by the way, never posted a note asking for forgiveness for this incredible, tasteless behavior. So I think that we should mix the anger for their celebrations last year, add it to the anger for the way we lost the game last year, exactly 365 days ago, and just be merciless, not merciful, because the opportunity is too big to destroy this team and to destroy it badly, to make them run the risk of not even getting into the Champions League, which is a 30 million loss. So let's do it. Let's kill them, definitely. We're talking about sports, of course, but, you know, metaphorically kill them, but let's do it. They should play either with a new formation, 4-3-3, or with a 4-2-3-1. We don't know. What we know is that, and this adds to the fact that we have to destroy them, Benacer, who for me is the best player of Milan, is not going to be there because he's injured. Tomori, and this is a loss for us because we know how he's playing recently, is not also going to play. And of course the two absent players for a long time already, Ibra and Magnan, will be out. So I think the opportunity is humongous. Let's look a little bit about our formation, because we have some dilemmas as well. Of course, in the goal we're going to start with Onana, even though Andanovic should be back on the bench. In defense, my idea would be to use Skriniar on the right, because, you know, he talked to the fans, he talked to the team members, and apparently everything is smoothen out. So I hope that he can play on the right in defense. In the center, I would use Acerbi, just because even though De Vrij didn't play badly against Atalanta in the last game of Coppa Italia, Acerbi gives me more security at the moment. And then on the left, Bastoni. As far as the midfield, I would use on the wings, on the flanks, on one side, Darmian. And that's why I'm not in favor of using Darmian, even though he played well as a center right in defense, but I want him on the flank. Why? Because he has to play against that clown of Teo Hernandez. By the way, Teo Darmian, if his name was Teo Darmian instead of Matteo Darmian and he was foreigner, probably would be worth even more money than Teo Hernandez, but he's Italian, so he's undervalued, but he's so good and so much better than Hernandez in this year. So I hope that he will play on the right to contain Hernandez and Leao, together with Skriniar and with Barella, this sort of cage that already worked very well in other games, including the one against Naples and including the Supercoppa one. So in midfield, I would have Darmian on the right, not Dumfries, because I think that the weakness of Dumfries, apart from being technical because he can't cross properly, it's mental, because we know that Teo Hernandez, his game is to create confusion and create anger in other players by provoking constantly. And unfortunately, Dumfries is a bit naive. He's a bit ingenuous, while Darmian is much wiser, and I'm sure that he would not fall into these stupid traps that the French players tries to put forward. So in midfield, I would have Darmian, then of course Barella, Mkhitaryan, and Çalhanoğlu. Brozovic, by the way, is going to be on the bench, I hear. And on the left, I would definitely have Di Marco. And forward, for me, is not much different, but I'm suspecting that Simone will start with Lauti and Dzeko, because simply they're the two players that are more in shape in that part of the team in the forward department. But I wouldn't mind actually starting with Lauti and Lukaku. Why? Because this would be such a boost of confidence and energy for Lukaku that maybe it would be, you know, the revitalizing, the revamping choice that would bring him back faster, because we need him urgently. So maybe we could start with Lukaku and Lautaro with the Lula, and then in the second half have Dzeko coming in. Let's see. It's a big dilemma, and there's no right or wrong solution. You know, it depends on the situation, and nobody better than Simone can understand these nuances. So let's hope that really we will take advantage of this game and we will be really merciless. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video as usual. Please, if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. That's very important for me, because I can learn how to make my videos better. Thanks again, and as always, Forza Magica Inter. Ciao!